So, I've been thinking a lot about this as of recently. As someone who was really influenced by hip hop culture and has a really deep respect for the music, I've just been kind of like a little bit disillusioned as of lately. I think mainly it's just because I've been like very depressed, and I've just been, I've just felt beaten down and just, um, yeah, I don't know. It's just hip hop music. If you don't know, it's obvious. It's fucking obvious. Hip hop music is, to some it might be inspirational, but to pretty much anyone who listens to it, that it has a visceral amount of energy. This bravado and it has almost a superhero mentality, right? There's people you look up to, might be hyper masculine, but generally speaking, they're very bombastic with their words. They're these larger than life personalities. And yeah, I just haven't been feeling very like, bombastic big personality. I've been feeling pretty down. So, it's just, I guess I'm not really been, I haven't been really hyping myself up. I just haven't been listening to a lot of hip hop music right now. But I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking a lot about hip hop culture. And here's the thing. So I'm 32 years old. I remember having a lot of hip hop discussions with my friends over the years. And right now, currently, hip hop at its best is, when you're thinking about young people, it's like, Miles Morales out of the Spider-Verse movie, you know, or these young kids at worst are like clones of Jack Harlow. They're like the clone of a clone of a clone of Drake of a clone of Jack Harlow. Like a lot of these rappers sound alike. They're talking about the same uninspired shit. Their beats are the same because these hip hop producers, they don't, you know, hip hop producers are getting shit on right now. Like, there's a lot of popular rappers who are talking shit to major hip hop producers, and a lot of these major producers are getting recycled by the same artists, and they're not getting the due respect for the arts, for their artistic craft and just just the hard work they do, right? Like, if you don't have beat makers, you don't have hip hop. You don't. Someone like Hit Boy, massively popular, right? A massively popular hip hop producer. Uh, just a lot of these newer guys, older guys, just not getting the respect they need. But that's not the only problem. The problem is these younger kids are just not inspired to be original, right? Because it's corny. If you do something original now, you're seen as corny, right? And there's a lot of cultural differences throughout the entire spectrum of hip hop and its history. But just trying to think of like, you know, where it went wrong. Well, hip hop started as an anti-authoritarian, pro-technology culture that was anti-gang and anti-gun, anti-drug. Hip hop was anti-drug. It was anti-gang. Hip hop started in, the South Bronx. They were trying to de-radicalize gang members and get them out of gang lifestyle and street lifestyle. Right? The Zulu Nation were trying to de-escalate young black people in the South Bronx from being gang members. Doing drugs was not fucking cool. It was not, right? Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. Right? Like, he's talking about pissing on the staircase and being a drunk boozer and fucking doing drugs. That's not cool, man. Like, that, come on. It was anti-drug. What the fuck are you talking about? It was anti-gang, right? Was there always a street element to it? Yeah. Yeah, of course. Even back with Grandmaster Flash, of course there was a street element to it. It started in the South Bronx, and it was a pro-technology, anti-authoritarian movement. That's why I was inspired. I wasn't inspired about all this fucking goofy Italiano mafia shit. This fucking scary ass energy, right? I liked hip hop music because it was soulful, it was jazzy, it was funk, it was all these things. That's what made hip hop great because it was diverse and it had all these sounds and it was a political movement as well as a musical powerhouse, right? And all these people, jazz musicians, soul singers, reggae, dance hall people, they all respected hip hop, right? Because they all, hip hop was inspired by these people, and then these people, in turn gave back to hip hop, gave back to the hip hop community. So yeah, is hip hop, was it thug, was it gangster? Definitely it started so, in the late 80s and 90s, started getting that way for sure, right? And you look at the culture now, of course, these trap stars, they're the major rap artists of today, and they're the main representation of what street culture is like, especially in hip hop. But people forget, right? Like hip hop is such a diverse genre of music. Um, there's so many sounds and styles right now that, just are not about. So, sometimes you have styles of hip hop music that are just fun, and they're just fun and danceable too, or, they're just silly and stupid and they're just memes, they're just meme culture. Or sometimes hip hop music is, it really is an art piece. It's on the highest echelon of poetry and slam poetry and other methods of thinking and thought. That's what's inspiring about hip hop. It's just so diverse, right? That's why it's a mainstay, but it's not becoming so anymore. It's not the epicenter of let's be honest, the same record producers that have been propping up Drake for the last couple decades or so, they want the Taylor Swift money. They fucking want to prop up this AI shit because they want black culture out of the mainstream. It's not hitting records anymore because it's just recycled. They're not allowing hip hop to succeed as a street culture because they don't want it to. Like anti-authoritarian, fuck the police. No, they do not want to scare away this sorry. They don't want to scare away this Taylor Swift pussy. They don't. They want the Taylor Swift pussy money. That's what it's about. So just thinking about, where hip hop went wrong, started off wrong when it started getting hyper consumerist. And it's not necessarily a problem of street culture, but there's a lot of young people that don't understand a lot of the elements of street culture, right? They don't understand it. These fucking Jack Harlow combo meal motherfuckers, right? Like in the 90s, there was a lot of this street element to it. A lot of this mafioso talk with Biggie Smalls and Mobb Deep and a lot of different artists in the 90s. And it was cool, don't get me wrong, but it's just like people don't understand, right? Like what I've been trying to do just with my activism is really anti-police shit. These stupid goofy ass people in Toronto, they're so young, they don't understand the difference between snitching and speaking truth to power. They don't understand the difference. Challenging the police, telling the truth, actually calling them on their bullshit, on their crimes. They think that's snitching. These fucking white kids in Toronto. Then I'm glad you don't have a hip hop industry. I'm fucking glad. Because you don't understand the culture in certain aspects. And you just think it's this goofy shit you can do fuck shit to. And it's just nonsensical.